forgot to hit the button. Hello, my friends. How is everyone doing here today? Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me. I'm so glad you guys could be here today. If you guys were in the chat, you could see how much of a mess it is, number one, and how much fun we have in the chat with it being so shady. The members of the channel have little emojis and emoticons that they have access to that you can see in the chat when it pops up. And for some of them, I forgot what I named them as. And there's one emoticon where Megan is scratching her nether regions, and I named it as the itchy clam. And I've just been sitting here laughing to myself like a lunatic at how petty I can be at times and just I can't stop laughing at something so silly as that. And you know what? We should laugh at silly things like that. Too many people are serious in this world. And yeah, I just forgot what I had named these little emoticons. I named the one with her bunions as feet. Maybe I'll change it to Bunyan Hill. I don't know, but the itchy clam one made me laugh, that's for sure. And then we always have Derek in here who's always telling some kind of joke or something like that that's got the whole chat rolling in laughter. I mean, I honestly love this community that we have going on here. It's pretty amazing and it's so much fun. Hi, B. I see you there. Hi, guys. So today's going to be a bit of a quick stream because, well, my little one's home from school. And shout out to my mom for stepping in and looking out for him just so I can do this stream real quick and that I didn't have to cancel it because, it's cold and flu season. Everyone in class is sick. And when my little one starts to have a little sniffle, I like to keep him home. There's a lot of students that come to school sick and it just spreads it around like a wildfire. And yesterday, I think there were only like 4 people in the class. Everyone else was homesick. But yeah, shout out to my mom for stepping in and looking out for my little one because, yeah, thanks to her, this stream could keep going and I didn't have to cancel it. But guys, so after yesterday's stream, I don't know if a lot of you caught that one, but we were talking about the African parks thing. And what has happened is that I don't know who is instructing Meghan and Harry. Well, we know Meghan doesn't listen to anyone, right? But I'm trying to figure out with what is going on with the huge scandal around the whole African parks thing. You would think that putting out a PR story like this wouldn't be the greatest thing to do at the moment, right? It would not be, it's not smart. We're talking about yesterday and Harry and what is happening. And yes, Margaret, I can see you. I don't know if YouTube maybe shadow banned you and you're just testing, but I can see your comments. And yes, look at all this shout outs to my mommy. Moms are great, aren't they? I can't believe that Harry and Meghan are just keeping their children away from having a family around them. But, anyways, that's another topic for another day. But I wanted to talk about this. I saw this morning and I wanted to just quickly add this in. But Meghan Markle is hyper concerned about money and worries she could lose everything. I mean, didn't she already lose everything? She literally had everything in her lap when she married the dimwit. And what does she have now? Nothing. People use them to garner attention for their shows, like the whole Bob Marley Jamaica thing that happened. They weren't even a part of the movie, but they got used to bring some attention to the movies, but negative attention for them. Because while people are mentioning the Bob Marley movie and what has happened, they are kind of talking about how ill-fitting Megan's outfit was, how over the top it was, and how she was acting like she had a stick up her rear and she was better than everyone. I mean, there were a lot of memes flying around Twitter comparing her to Cinderella's ugly sisters, Anastasia and Drizelda. Drizella. God, I loved that Disney movie. That was one of my favorites, Cinderella. I mean, Maureen, you always say it best. So good to see you, my dear. Maureen says she's gone from palace to parking lot pap shots. Yes, you cannot tell me that this life that they are living is the life that they thought they were going to live. Meghan thought, remember, the whole thing was Meghan and Harry were going to be the billionaire rock stars of the royal family. We couldn't see enough of that. Billionaire rock stars of the royal family who can command up to $1 million per speaking speech. Oh, it's too funny. So Meghan is hyper concerned about losing money. How tone deaf is this in light of what's going on with the scandal around African parts? I mean, Meghan, with the amount that she spent on that hideous Herrera skirt that did not fit her, she could have used that money and maybe gave it over to the Baku people that are being forced out of their own land and environment because of these so-called eco warriors who want to come and save the land. I mean, I said it yesterday too. The indigenous people who live there would know the land better than any of these so-called philanthropists that want to come there and just take over their land and end up building projects on it or using it as a way to get funds from the government, saying that they're keeping the land safe and protected in a trust while getting money from the government, aid and stuff, but really it's going into their own pockets. Let's be honest. God, I totally went on a tangent there. My apologies. I'm just so disgusted at how these charities that want to claim that they are helping people are really not helping people at all. They're not. And it just makes me sick. But thanks to Harry and Meghan, they've really shined a light on that. They've really done that for sure. Elsa, thank you, my dear. She says, Bob Marley never wanted titles or something else. He was there for his people. Of course, I understand. And she says, what about Doria, Jamaica, and award? You know, it's funny you bring up Doria because I actually wonder, where has Doria been? Probably locked up in an office, hotboxing it or something like that, allegedly, but who knows, right? Because I don't think she's looking after Archofficial and Invisibet. She wasn't even around to look after her own daughter. What makes me believe that she would look after two dolls or paychecks? She wouldn't even care about that. Let's be honest. Okay, so this article I saw it and I just had to bring it to everyone's attention because this was very like it's so tone deaf in light of everything that's going on. And it says that Meghan Markle is said to be hyper concerned about money and worries she and Prince Harry could lose everything, which comes amid fresh blows to Sussex's production company. They recently lost another member of their team, which is another article. But let me stop sharing that because this clown face is way more fitting for this moment than what I'm talking about. The clowns of Montecito. See, this is what I will never understand. Maybe it's because I'm not a narcissist at all, but Meghan and Harry could have had it all. When they got married, they had a clean slate where they were actually loved by. You saw how many people had lined up the great walk down at Windsor and the long walk at Windsor, and there were tons of people there that were happy to see Harry get married finally. And even having Meghan in the family was like, okay, it's a new breath of fresh air. She could maybe shine a light on um, different situations and bring up, like, she could bring a whole new life to the royal family. But instead of actually helping people and legitimately wanting to help others, like they claim to be these compassionate, philanthropic, humanitarians, blah, 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 really, to them, it's all just about the titles and just having that title in front of their name, just to claim that or make it seem like they have accomplished something and they are someone of importance. Because we all now see whenever it's Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, New York Times selling best author, and blah, 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 philanthropist, humanitarian. It's all just about the titles. It's not about actually helping anyone. It's about helping themselves under the ruse of helping others. Oh God, here comes Derek again with another joke. What do Meghan Markle and an archaeologist have in common? They both keep digging up their past and their careers lie in ruins. Oh goodness, Derek. Goodness gracious. I am so glad whenever you are here because you just fill up the place with so much laughter. I love your jokes, seriously. But yeah, what I wanted to really talk about in this stream, and I should get into it, is, well, which shit show should we begin with first? Let's start with this one. Harry and Meghan's crumbling Montecito empire. I mean, I thought, how can you have a crumbling empire when you've never had an empire in the first place? Can someone please help me understand this? Because I am not understanding how this works. In order for empire to be crumbling, what do Meghan and Harry have for it to be crumbling? There's 16 toilets from all the BS that they've been piling in there? I don't know. What have they really built since Harry and Meghan decided to run away from the royal family? I see you guys are laughing at it too. Harry and Meghan decided to run away from the royal family. I understand we had the pandemic hit, but a lot of people started businesses during the pandemic which have succeeded. But what have these two done? These two, no talent. They have no talent, either of them. I don't consider hanging out on your back and your knees as talent. And what does Harry do? Nothing really, let's be honest. They have no talent. They have no brand. What is their brand? I'm trying to figure out, what is Harry and Meghan's brand? To be grifters? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. So, no talent, no brand. How about their work ethics? Do they have any work ethics? Elizabeth, you are right. They are superficial degenerates. They have no work ethics. And I can say they have no work ethics because we have seen it for ourselves that Meghan Markle has no work ethics. And I can prove this to you. So no squatties can later come in here and say, Meghan is going to sue you for saying she has no work ethics. Well, she doesn't, because Meghan Markle was handed a massive podcast with 26 producers, with most of the others doing all the work for her, and the podcast still failed. Everyone else did more than 90% of the work for her podcast. Meghan did less than 10 and it still bombed. It was terrible. I mean, yeah, they ran these ridiculous PR articles that, oh, Meghan Markle's podcast is doing better than Joe Rogan's at Spotify. Well, where is she? If Meghan Markle was beating Joe Rogan's still there. Where is Meghan Markle? Nowhere to be found. Every single opportunity that she got was an opportunity taken from someone who was much more deserving than her. She really thought that just because she had a title, people did throw money at her, but she couldn't produce anything. Weasel Ways says she also put those workers out of a job from her laziness. Yeah, I agree. Elsa, you say, how long can Harry be in the USA? You know what? With the Royal Grift had done a video on the recent DHS thing that's going on with Harry. I suggest you scoot on over to her channel and watch it. But I know that they have to go to court on February 24th, I think it is. So we'll find out more from there, I guess. But yeah, Harry has been in the States for far longer than anyone as a visitor or who has been allowed into the States. People are claiming that he's there on a O1 visa, on like an extraordinary talent visa, something you would give like an actor or a performer, like say like Justin Bieber, right? Justin Bieber is Canadian, but he has a visa to go into the States and to live down there because he's working down there also. Yeah, they just oh, February 23rd. Did I say the 24th by accident? Silly me. February 23rd. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Goodness gracious. I'm so glad I have you guys here. Meghan will probably end up sobbing on the floor. I think she's been sobbing on the floor since the empire has been crumbling. But listen to how ridiculous this article is. So Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's crumbling Montecito empire has received another blow despite the Duke of Sussex's recent wise decision. And they're talking about Harry's decision to withdraw his libel case against the Mail on Sunday newspaper. Now, there was a report coming out about Harry's super sleazy weasel of a lawyer, Mr. David Sherborne, who petitioned the court that he wants 2.5 million pounds from the Daily Mail in costs. And I'm just thinking, what? This guy is so shady. How could you lost most of your cases? How could you still be demanding that kind of money? It's absolutely ridiculous. Jack says greed got the best of them. Yes, it did. It definitely did. They thought that they were better than the royal family. Harry believed an ex-cable TV mattress actress who literally thought that she could be better than the queen. But she literally has never achieved anything in her life without a man backing her or getting her there. I mean, her father, for instance, got her first job, the position to act, right? Her first acting job. Her father was always the one setting her up, the one paying her bills. And then Trevor came along. Cece, I think you're saying what I've been screaming about forever. The UK people want our 30 million back for that shit show wedding. Yes. Horrendous. Terrible wedding. That wedding should have never happened. You know what drives me up the wall a bit? And this speaks about the royal family too, because Charles should have done something, in my opinion. They knew how much of a headache Meghan was. They were seeing it while she was dating Harry. She was a nightmare, but yet they still gave in to everything. Could you believe that her messy bun that she wore on her wedding day, I think the hairdresser charged like 10,000 pounds for that? Are you kidding? For that messy bun? And then their cake was a hideous cake. Hold on, let me find it for you guys. Her cake to Harry was like one of those Pinterest cakes. It was unfinished, kind of like, it was very tacky, in my opinion. Very, very tacky. Let me show you guys here. Let me stop sharing this screen. Look, guys, I'm learning how to do this. I know a lot of people are saying the royal family were afraid of the race card, but you know what? She's used it anyways. She used it anyways, and despite someone coming in and trying to blackmail you, they shouldn't have gave in for the first at all in the first place. And yeah, Doria too. Look at this mess. 3 unfinished, not even neatly battered. There's like extra batter chunks, some flowers. This cake was, I think it was 75,000 pounds. That cake was honestly the ugliest cake I've ever seen at a royal wedding, royal function. It was $70,000 for 3 cakes. Ugh, gross. She was just throwing money around. And this is the woman who claims that she's a humanitarian who cares about people. Ew, I just saw that for the first time. Really, you guys? That's the first time you guys saw that. Yeah, that was the start. No, the start of them wasting money. You know when the start of them was Meghan wasting money was their engagement photo shoot. Meghan and Harry's engagement photos and the Ralph and Russo dress that Meghan wore. So she wore a dress that was see-through at the top and had sequins. And the story was that this dress cost over no, it's not a typo, $70,000. Yes, for that cake. Yes, for that cake. I know we're getting completely off topic. I mean, this was the engagement photos. Ruffly, see-through material on them. I mean, really, this is what you're going to wear for engagement, your engagement photos? I'm going to see if I can find a color photo so you guys can see. Here we go. Let me see if I can compare this. Now, the engagement dress was $75,000. And this is the same woman that is claiming that she is a compassionate humanitarian. This photo is very bad. You know why it's bad? The story behind this photo was that because the top is so sheer, and if you guys have had the unfortunate, horrific moment of having seen those nude photos of Meghan Markle topless, the ones that she leaked herself on the internet and then claimed that someone hacked her, but no, you could see her setting up the camera and everything like that. But the photographer had to basically $75,000, 75000. The photographer had to pull down her hair and stuff to cover her long nipples. She has those big long nipples, and the photographer could see her nipples through the dress. I mean, was she trying to have her own Elaine Seinfeld moment? I mean, these are photos that you're taking for the royal family and for the world to see. And you've got your titties on display for the entire world. $75,000 for the dress. And this is the dress, completely see-through. I mean, this is not something that I would wear for a royal engagement. It's absolutely inappropriate. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, I mean, any woman can wear anything, but this is going down in history. And you're wearing a shirt that the photographer you see had to pose them in specific ways where you don't see her nipples because she wasn't wearing anything underneath. Terrible. She does dance like Elaine. Inappropriate behavior for royal. But these were like big red flags for me. That this girl is claiming to be a humanitarian, that she wants to go around the Commonwealth and help others. And yet, the first things you see about her is her dressed up in a dress that is over $75,000. I mean, where's Dr. Shola? Why isn't she screaming about that? Hmm? That's one person who is always ready to scream. Now let's do a comparison real quick here. I know you really can't compare the two, but let's let me show you William and Catherine and their engagement photos. And let me just show you what they were wearing. Just something normal. There you go. Like a white cardigan, a white dress underneath. These are photos that we're going to see throughout time. You want them to look beautiful, but here you are just, I mean, you can't even compare the two, can you? Not even on the same level. Not even on the same level. 100 grand for that maternity dress. Yeah, that really hideous Dior thing, the cape gown. I mean, when I saw that, I'm going to be honest here. That Dior cape gown, when I saw that and I heard it was $100,000, I honestly believe the fashion house hustled her, because all that was just fabric with just a couple different pleats sewed in at the top just to give it that ruched effect at the top, and some gems. You're trying to tell me that thing cost $100,000? Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Catherine's dress was $600. I thought it was cheaper than that. But still, where's $600 and where's $75,000? This girl you knew from the very beginning had nothing but dollar signs in her eyes. When she landed Harry, that was the end. She saw dollar signs. She never cared about taking care of other people or being a philanthropist, it was just all an act. Look at this. Look at how classy this is compared to what Harry and Meghan had done. I'm sure the king probably paid for a lot of things. I mean, he did. It even says in Tom Bower's book. I mean, look at how beautiful this photo is compared to the photos that Harry and Meghan took. This, like, how long ago was this? This was what, 2003? But we're 2023, years on. They've been together for over 20 years. They have 3 grown children now that are growing. And this picture is just a classic compared to what the other two have put out. Yikes. The engagement picture was, I think they used, what was it? It was the pond at Frogmore House and Frogmore Cottage. Harry and Meghan's engagement photos, the one where they're walking in the grass and everything. I think it was taken in the backyard of Frogmore House. But yeah, you really can't compare the two. You really can't at all compare the two. I mean, I think William and Catherine's cake was about $70,000 as well. Did you guys ever remember what William and Catherine's cake looks like? Let me just show you their cake. And they actually fed the guests with this cake too. I mean, how many guests could they have fed with Harry and Meghan's Pinterest cake? Let me just be nice for a second. I mean, this was William and Catherine's cake. This cost $75,000. I believe $75,000 for this cake. There's multiple tiers. I think there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiers. Multiple cakes you can see. And there's all the icing work too. I would have really loved to have the piece of that cake. Nom, 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 nom. It's a gorgeous cake. I mean, I've seen some crazy cakes in my time, but this cake is nice. I like how simple it is. It's over the top. It's still very traditional looking. It's elegant and it stands the test of time. Yes, Maureen, I agree with you. So, yes, apparently Harry and Meghan's empire is crumbling, and now they are going into a free fall. Let's be honest. These two have nothing to offer to anyone. And what they think that by going down to Jamaica and posing next to the CEO of Paramount will equal Meghan getting a deal? I really don't understand how these two individuals' way of thinking works. I mean, I would never think that, okay, I'm married to a dim-witted duke. I'll fly down to Jamaica, pose with the biggest competitor of the company that is currently supposed to be paying me, and I'm supposed to be putting out money for, I mean, I'm supposed to be putting out content for them for what they're paying me, and I'm not doing anything. But seriously, like this, they must be smoking some good ganja. They must be snorting some good lines. They must be smoking some good weed. I don't know what they're doing, but I would never think that just because I go and stand beside a executive of another company would mean that I get a job by them instantly. And Meghan and Harry don't think that this looks bad for them. You're sending a clear message to the people that are employing you that you are basically spitting in their faces because you're supposed to be putting out content for them. You're supposed to be doing work for them. And instead of doing work and putting out something, you fly down to Jamaica to pose with their competitors. It's wild. Like, and you think that other businesses and other companies are going to want to work with someone who is so willing to openly disrespect a company that they are working with at the moment? I mean, am I the only person who's thinking about this? Jax is asking how many families would that feed in Africa? Yeah, no kidding. The security alone, Meghan and Harry, if they were so keen on being the do-gooders that they claim that they are, they could have just had a low-key church wedding like Camilla and Charles and said, donate everything else to charity. They could have done that, and they would have been loved for that. But they showed us, Harry and Meghan showed us exactly who they are from their wedding. I mean, Meghan showed us who she was from that ridiculous engagement interview. You could tell that she was faking it. And you could tell the moment that they asked her about the ring, she did not like her ring at all. The ultra white napkin dress. Yeah. They were offered a similar. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, AB. I mean, that should tell you guys all that she is not a compassionate humanitarian or anything of that nature. I think I saw Toomey in here a minute ago. But yeah, Toomey, I think I saw you. Oh, hello, Toomey. Everyone say hello to Toomey and go give her channel a like. And someone else had said something that I wanted to pick up here and make a point of mentioning. You guys, here we go. Julianne Lewis, I wanted to pick up on your comment specifically because you say, hi, Molly, love your channel. Hope you don't mind me giving shout out to other YouTubers. All kinds of wrong. She has some interesting pictures of Mega Liar today. No, guys, if you want to share other YouTubers or mention other channels, I have no problem with that at all. Go ahead. I will not block you off my channel like a certain other YouTuber lets everyone know that don't make any comments about any other creators in their channel or in their comments or anything, and you will get kicked off. No, go ahead, because when you guys recommend other channels in the comments. There are channels that I don't know about that I only find out from you guys recommending in the comments. So I love it. Go ahead if you guys want to recommend other channels to get noticed. Sure, I'm all for it. That's how we build a community around here. I will not, don't worry, I will not kick you off the channel. I don't delete comments. The only comments that I will delete if they are super racist and if they are outright threats to me. Those are, well, I screenshot them, get the time and date on them, and then I delete them. Those are the only comments that I delete. I don't delete people's comments, and I love recommendations. And to be honest, I have never heard of this all kinds of wrong. And thanks to you mentioning them, I will go and check them out later when I am done this live. And after I take my little one, and I got to treat my mom, right? Because thanks to her, this live is going on today. So yes, I will definitely check that out. Guys, we have a lot of amazing YouTube creators in, I don't like to call it the Megxit community because there are some batshit crazy Megxit folks out there that I don't really want to be associated with, but I love this little community that we have here. Tux Girl says, are you going to be on Paula's live tomorrow? Yes. Wednesdays is something that I have committed to on Paula's channel with Andrew88POV88. And yeah, we have a good time there. We really have a good time. Sometimes we get into it. Sometimes I want to strangle Paula and put some duct tape over her mouth and shut her up about certain topics. But know that it's all love between us. Know that it is always all love between us. We might go back and forth, but no hate ever. No hate. And I wish people would just, there's one thing that I wish people would do and just ease up off of Paula. I mean, I know that she gets very into her conversations because she's very passionate about what she speaks about. And yes, I get it. She does interrupt and cut off. But like I said, she's passionate. And I just wish that some people, it's just the constant, shut up, Paula, stop talking. We hate your channel. Like, then why are you there? Like, why are you there if you don't want to listen to her? I mean, people, everyone can have their opinions about people, but don't come on the channel just to leave like an asshole comment like that. Like, I hate you, Paula, stop talking. It's her channel. What do you mean stop talking? It's so mean. I mean, it's super mean. I love her. And there are times when, yes, I'm like, Paula, I'm going to come through this screen if I could, and I'm going to shake you. Like, just stop. Good Ship Lollipop says, English is not her first language. We make a lot. English isn't my first language either. I think a lot of you guys know that English is actually my third language. I didn't grow up speaking English. My native language, and then I have another language, and then English, when we finally immigrated to Canada, was my third language that I've learned now. But I get it. I mean, everyone has their likes and dislikes, but I just wish that people may just calm down with the comments towards her. That's all. I just want to see people be nice, right? Because then what's the difference between you and the Sussex squad? I'm just saying. Yes, English is my third. I know I had someone send me an email telling me that they are a retired Navy language dialect specialist or something like that. And they were telling me that I'm a liar and that I'm lying about English being my third language because I don't really have any different dialects or something he was saying. But I was laughing at that email because I was like, well, what would be the reason for me to make something like that up? It's ridiculous. People are asking me what other languages. My first language is Persian, and then I speak Serbian, and then English was my third language. So yes, you guys now know those are, what I speak from my dad's side, then my mother's side, and then when we immigrated here, that's what I know. So yeah, Maybe one day you guys will actually see what I look like, but we'll get there. Christine, you say you have a good way of getting through to Paula. I try to. I try to. I get it. I want to date Andrew. You guys make him so, yes, Farsi, Persian, whatever, same thing. Yes. But yeah, guys. Let me go on to my next topic here because I don't want to keep you guys hanging around here and just not talking about anything. But my next topic. So Harry and Meghan's alleged empire is crumbling as they claim. I don't know. You kind of have to have something. If someone said my empire is crumbling, I would think that an empire, I would think of like Oprah, right? What she has is an empire. I don't understand that Harry and Meghan don't have an empire. Let's be honest. And it's just so funny, just that the fact that they put out little puff pieces saying that their empire is crumbling. So I don't know if I really believe this story, this next one that is out, but yes, Serbia used to be called Yugoslavia. Yeah, we used to live in Yugoslavia for a bit before we immigrated over. Yeah, way back in the day, way back in the day. So let me get to this story here because I've got a little one waiting. Let's see. So Harry and Meghan, I'm still laughing. I keep seeing my itchy clam emoticon keep popping up, so I just can't stop laughing about that. So petty. Sorry guys. So petty. So it's being alleged that Harry has blocked Meghan Markle's book as it would cause more angst with the family, allegedly. Now, I am trying to understand. uh, oh, Lily, well, thanks for sharing. She conceived her daughter in Yugoslavia, friends. Guys, apparently Harry grew a pair. I don't know when he did because I think there was a commentator who said here that Meghan was wearing Harry's balls dipped in gold and flattened out as earrings to the Jamaican premiere. And I just couldn't stop laughing. It was hilarious. Steven, thank you, my darling. He says, Megane's wedding cake, probably the cake was 5K, the other 70K for Megane's special icing sugar, no sugar or angel delight powder. I think Andrew likes to call it booger sugar also. I call it skiing with your nostrils, but we all got names for it, don't we? But look, Happy Fit Marie says, I call BS. I think so too. I think at this point, he doesn't care. And this is just stories to put out more stories to kind of get the attention away off of the big African park scandal. But let's read the first little bit and see what this says. Because it says that Prince Harry has reportedly put his foot down and warned Meghan Markle against writing a tell-all memoir, according to a source. Sure. The Duchess of Sussex was reportedly, now whenever we get full titles and everything, like I think this is coming straight from Meghan just to put out some BS out there. Arcel says, another puff piece. Toomey says, how could any book be more divisive and stressful than Spare? Yeah, I mean, what else could you have? I need a monostat emoji. Ooh, that's a good one. But really, like this woman was part of the royal family for all of what? All of 10 minutes, and she has been out of the royal family longer than she was in and was a member of the royal family. And yet she's still been talking about them despite them being so racist that her and her husband had to take a freedom flight and they had to run away for the royal family. In the words of Lady C, get me a Coke. Get me a Coke. I'm parched. I need a Coke for my throat. But yeah, I call BS on this story completely. I don't think that if Meghan wanted to put out a book, I think that Meghan would probably wait till after she divorces Harry and really drag him through the mud at that point. I don't believe that she would be releasing a book at the moment or right now, let's be honest. Vic says, English is my second immaternal German. I live in France, fourth language, worked in South America. Never criticize anyone. It might not be third. Oh, no one is. I'm never criticizing anyone. Everything is all jokes around here. Nobody's criticizing anyone for anything, but it's just funny that some people think that I'm just making up that it would be my third language. I'm not like Meghan Markle. I have no reason to BS like she does. Let's be honest. Slap them on, slap them off. Lady C's greatest line. You know which one is? I heard Lady C's have a saying this morning. She said it's a Jamaican saying, "Spit in the sky and it'll fall back in your eye." That is great. I will forever use that line. I love that. Spit in your eye and it'll come right back. Spit in the sky and it'll come back in your eye. Love it. Apparently, Lady C is releasing a book too, my friends, with the little hints that she's been dropping. It looks like she's been writing a book and she has something coming out soon. I will be waiting for that because I can't believe that I waited so long to get her book on Meghan and Harry. I just picked it up maybe like a few months ago and I'm reading through and I'm just like, "Oh my god, why did I wait so long to get this book?" Ridiculous. But yes, apparently, because Harry's book has caused so much outrage, they don't want the same thing, or he doesn't want the same thing to happen to Meghan. And what the hell is this thing? Is that supposed to be an earpiece? God, it looks like little shooting. Oh, goodness, let me get off of that before my channel gets taken down. Yikes. That was wild. That was crazy. But yeah, I don't think there's anything right now in the pipeline for Harry and Meghan. I think right now we're only, like I said, 30 days into the new year, and the hits just keep coming, and they're just going to flood the media with BS puff pieces that try and take the attention away from the entire African park scandal that Harry is embroiled in. I think Harry wants to redo his trial against the Daily Mirror. I mean, this guy really has been pulled down into the gutter because of the woman that he has married. I mean, I should really pull back that image of where in the Netflix show he points to her and goes, "Look at her. Everyone is jealous of her. I've got the greatest thing ever." And she's just like waving her head like hee. And you're just thinking, if you were the greatest thing ever, then why are you such a failure? Tui says, "Meet me at the lake," in her Instagram we're supposed to be around 50 years ago. Yeah, I mean, nothing is being put out by these two because they are they're lazy. Harry obviously expects everyone else to do the work for them. But what we should be making noise about, and we should be making a stink about, is the upcoming Invictus Games in Vancouver, my friends. I think that with those upcoming games, we don't know what's going on with the funding. And these games are being held within the indigenous lands, right? So these indigenous people, are they seeing any benefits from holding the Invictus Games on their land? Or what is going on? We need to look at this because we need to talk about this. Where is the $30 million that the Canadian government, has given to the Invictus Games? Where is the money going? Where has the money gone so far, and what have they done? Because we see that neither Harry, their patron, the guy who's supposed to be the face of Invictus, we haven't seen him do any kind of promotions for the games ever. Nothing at all. Nope. So where is this money going? We need to see where these funds are going. The BC government gave $15 million when John Horgan was still in office. And Justin Trudeau, who thinks that Canadian taxpayers just have money to waste and throw around, gave another $15 million. I mean, there are tons of Canadians who are struggling right now with everything that is going on, but yet it seems like they aren't getting any help or any relief with the high cost of inflation. You know what's crazy? I was talking to Sue the other day. You guys know Sue Smith, right? Everyone knows Sue Smith. Everyone loves Sue Smith. So I was talking to Sue the other day and I showed her a photo of, I was at Costco and I sent her a photo of one of those like bulk meat rib pieces that you get. I usually like to buy like the bigger pieces and then you break them down into smaller chunks and what you need. But those things used to cost around like $80 for a large, maybe couple pound piece of meat. I took a photo and I sent it over to Sue and I'm like, hey, check out the price of this. It was $254 for that same freaking piece of meat. The one behind it, which weighed a little bit less, was $194. And she's like, oh my God, like your prices are out of control. I'm like, yeah, wild, isn't it? I mean, Canadians are struggling, and instead of spending money on two degenerates who obviously misuse funds, we need to be asking questions. All Canadians need to be asking questions. Where is all this money going to? Hi, Royal Daily Tea. Good to see you here. Katie Artist. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, my little one, let me give you this comparison too. Before the big inflation numbers and everything hit, for just a regular box of diapers, I would pay about $19, 19.99. So $20 a box for diapers. That same box of diapers today, this was like a year and a half ago, the same box of diapers today costs $42.99 today. Formula has gone up like crazy. My son had to take the specialized formula without milk because we're both allergic to dairy. And his formula, which was already expensive compared to the other formulas, I mean, you could get the other formulas ranging from $9 to $12. His was 19.99 per case. And then when the inflation and prices went up like crazy, well, first, you couldn't get any stock for a long time. That was so nerve-wracking when you couldn't get baby formula. It drove me nuts. Then when they started bringing in stock again, the price now for that same tub of formula is $32.99. It's wild. I understand why people are relying so heavily on food banks and stuff now. And that's why um, I say that helping out food banks and things like that in your area is so much better than giving to charities. Abby says, I do all the shopping last year, $100 a week. Now, yeah, same here, Abby. Like I'm a single parent to my 4-year-old and our dog. And I used to be easily like go to the grocery store and like $100 we would be good. Now easily I go to the grocery store and it's like 200, 250 easy. It's crazy. And I know it's not just Canada and the States, it's everywhere that's happening. You're right, Fumius. You're definitely right. It's all over the world. I have friends that are telling me about this too in other places, but it's crazy. It's crazy. Tux Girl says, I thank God my kids were old enough and not on formula and diapers. Single mom life is rough. It is hard. And you know what? I give a huge shout to the women that have more than one because I have one and it's just like a handful. But then the women that have like one, two, three, four, I'm just like, wow, that's amazing. But yeah, I always suggest like I myself give to the food banks, give to like women's shelters. I know that Meghan Markle visited a women's shelter when in Vancouver, and she did it again. And she basically took from them and never gave them anything. So, women's shelters really need a handout. Even like men's shelters, too. Males need stuff too, but I feel like women's shelters need the most, especially women's shelters with children. They need help. But I think that with Invictus and with everything that is going on and with money that is just being thrown around, people need to be asking questions of their politicians. They need to be asking, where's all this money going? Because we, the people, the taxpayers, aren't seeing anything, but these people that are rich, like an ex-British prince and his harlot of a wife, can just waltz into Canada and get money handed over like, "Here, give us $30 million." Yeah. Queenie says all for you are very lucky, Queenie. I could not. I just couldn't produce enough milk from day one. Couldn't happen. Stress, just everything. But you are very lucky that you could do that. I couldn't, yeah. I'm one of those women that I could never produce enough and I had to use formula to supplement. Yeah, I couldn't at all. But it's okay. These days, my little one is healthy and happy, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, as long as everyone is happy and healthy, that's all that matters. Toomey says it is so crass that she goes to shelters wearing $150,000 worth of jewelry and 3K outfits. Yes. And not only that, but when she went to her first visit to the women's shelter in Vancouver, I think it was yeah, it was the women's shelter in Vancouver. She rolled up in a three convoy vehicle, and this is in one of the poorest areas in Vancouver. Apparently, this place is located. And she rolls up in a three-car convoy. She takes in, not only does she not bring anything to the charity, not only does she not drop off a donation or anything, but she did accept a $1,700 whale tail necklace, like a gold and single diamond whale necklace. She did accept that. So she did take from the charity. She did cost them money. And I think after her visit to that women's shelter, everything went downhill because people saw that, well, if you're giving money and things away frivolously like that, then what else are you doing? Where else are the funds going? I don't think they see donations like they did pre Meghan Markle. Post Meghan Markle, it all goes to hell always. I wish more people would see that dealing with Harry and Meghan does nothing to improve your brand, but it sure does help tank your brand. If you want to ruin your brand and you want your hard work to go straight to hell, invite these two degenerates to your event. Invite these two low class morons who could really give a fuck less. Oops. Who could really give a fuck less, my apologies, friends, for what you're doing, and make sure that the attention is all on her. I mean, look at the whole Bob Marley premiere. Yes, we know about the movie, but number one, is anyone going to go and actually see the movie now that they've seen, okay, well, are Harry and Meghan having anything to do with it? Like, I don't think I want to go see it now, just knowing that they're connected to it in some way. No, thank you. I mean, what about the fact that there was no attention put on the actual stars of the movie? No, but Megan was dressed up like she was the belle of the ball. Instead of letting other people shine, instead of letting the actors or the Marley family shine, no, she shows up looking like Cinderella's ugly stepsister. And that's what she always does. For a woman who claims that she's a team player, she's all for women, is a feminist, is self made, blah, 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 all the BS that she likes to rant about. Her actions definitely always show the truth. They always put her out to show that, you know what? This girl just cares about herself. Yeah, main character syndrome. And the thing is that she's not that great to be a main character, anyways. She never was the main character, but yet she has main character syndrome. She should be used to being sixth on the call sheet. She should be used to being the person in the background. She's not good at being in the forefront and being a leader. No, nothing. But anyways, my opinion, I just want to share these two stories with you. I don't think Harry has blocked anything. I believe that there is no book at the moment until Meghan decides to, I don't know, really stick it to Harry when she divorces him and to throw all his mental illness in his face. And then you'll hear about how terrible life with him was and how abusive he was and how mean he was and his raging drug issues. Oh, trust me, we're going to hear all about that when they divorce. Let's be honest. But with that said, my friends, I'd really love to know your opinion on everything that we have spoken about. This conversation today did go left a few times and we did go off topic, but I feel like we had a good little chat today. I don't think Meghan is coming out with a book anytime soon. And I really don't believe that Meghan Markle and Harry have a crumbling empire, because in order to have an empire crumble, you must have an empire in the first place, which they don't. I think February is going to be even more of a shit show than January was, my friends. And you know what? I think we should all just grab our popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I've been enjoying it so far, and I think you guys have been also. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this video. Let me know what you guys think about their silly behavior, and if anyone in the future is going to work with Harry and Meghan, Tweedledee and Tweedledum of Montecito. Thank you to everyone who sent in a super chat and super sticker. I appreciate you. And to all my lovelies who always take time out of their day to be here with me and enjoy the Meghan Markle shit show. I appreciate you also, my friends. I hope you all have a wonderful day, my lovelies. Hit the like button on the way out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Stay gorgeous, my lovely friends. Take care. Bye.